pose a question. Is it worth carrying around an old digicam when you have an iPhone right in your pocket? Last week, my family went to the local county fair, and it seemed like the perfect setting to try this out and put it to the test. But before I get into how this little experiment turned out, my name is Jen, and I'm a photographer from the Bay Area of California, building a space where women in photography feel seen, supported, and find freedom to boldly do what we love. Whether you're looking to learn, find community, or just feel seen in this space, I got you. And fellas, you're welcome here too. I'm all about good vibes and great photography, and we can all learn and create together. If this is something that resonates with you, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. I post every week and hope to leave you feeling inspired, confident, and equipped. Last week, I wanted to see if I could really make a case for carrying around my Deluxe 5, even when it's old tech and even with an iPhone in my pocket. So I charged up my Deluxe, I grabbed the Pocket 3 and my iPhone. Everything fit in my little bag great, which, if you've seen my other videos, you know that's important to me. I grabbed a hat and we were off. I shot everything side by side at each spot. I'd fire off the Deluxe and then the iPhone immediately after with the same composition. I also made sure both were set to take raw images. Then whenever we got home, I used the same preset in post, and in this case, I used a slightly modified Portra 400 from Very Good Presets. It's a bit more saturated and a little more punchy because, well, fair vibes. It just felt right. The only things I adjusted in the photos were the exposure to get them comparable, and then also the crop, again, to get them comparable. But I kept the aspect ratio to keep it on brand for the respective cameras. The last thing was the white balance. Some of the iPhone photos, as it started to get darker, they got a bit blue and purple, so I warmed them up a little bit, shifted the tint away from the magenta. I really didn't want to over-edit these so that way you could really see the differences in them. A true comparison. So first, let's talk about the experience. At first, I think it's easy to say that it's just an extra thing to carry, but when you stop and think about it, it still fit in my purse just fine. I honestly could have brought an even smaller purse, but I also had the Pocket 3 with me. So all in all, the extra thing to carry wasn't a big deal. I would keep my phone in my purse when I was using the Deluxe, then swap them out. And honestly, if I wasn't doing a comparison, my phone probably would have stayed in my purse the whole time, which for me was a nice plus. Sometimes when I'm using my phone to capture experiences, I'm thinking about Instagram or my stories, but having the Deluxe, it wasn't like that. I also didn't even look at the playback. I wasn't checking each photo. I just went with my gut and moved on. It was nice to not have my phone glued to my hands. I felt more present with the fam in every moment. Second, let's talk vibes. I felt like the iPhone was either super sharp or kind of soft and weird. I feel like there isn't much in between. I also feel like the images in general were much more flat. The shadows aren't super deep, the highlights didn't blow out, everything is saved, which I guess is nice, but I'm here for the contrast and the depth. And my Deluxe gave me the character every time. It's sharp when it needs to be, but it also gives a nice softness in areas that feel good. You can really see this in the highlights. And third, I want to mention the flash. Now, I'll be honest, usually I never use the flash on my phone, so I had to actually figure out how to get the flash to turn on and stay on. It kept wanting to revert to night mode and mimic a long shutter instead of using the flash. So once I finally figured that out, I started taking some flash photos. And I gotta say, the phone's flash really doesn't do much. It adds very little light in my personal opinion, and the light that does come through, it just has a very even distribution, again, probably on purpose, and it helps the image stay nice and flat. But damn it, if I'm using flash, I want a flash. The Deluxe, it has that iconic old school flash look, and there's really no comparison. The Deluxe beats the phone hands down when it comes to that iconic flash look. So I gotta say, these are some of my takeaways having shot both cameras side by side, and I gotta say, I'm definitely vibing the Deluxe. I think my phone is gonna have to stay in my purse from now on, but I'm curious what you guys think. Would you want a little Deluxe like this? Something fun and small you can take with you and your fam when you do fun things? Do you see the value in having something like this, a little point and shoot to carry around? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, much love.